Emperor Hirohito, also known as Emperor Showa, was the 124th Emperor of Japan, reigning from 1926 until his death in 1989. His reign spanned a critical period in Japanese history, marked by the country's transformation from a militaristic empire to a democratic nation. This biography delves into the life of Hirohito, exploring his early years, role during World War II, post-war era, and the evolution of his reign. Early life and education. Emperor Hirohito was born on April 29, 1901, in the Aoyama Palace in Tokyo as the first son of Crown Prince Yoshihito and Crown Princess Sadako. His given name was Michinomiya Hirohito. Growing up during a period of significant political and social changes, Hirohito witnessed Japan's transition from a feudal society to a modernized nation. Hirohito's education was a blend of traditional Japanese teachings and exposure to Western ideas. He attended the Peers School and the Gakushuin School, where he studied a range of subjects, including history, literature, and science. His education aimed at preparing him for the responsibilities that awaited him as the future Emperor of Japan. Accession to the throne. In 1921, Hirohito embarked on a formal tour of Europe, a journey that exposed him to the political, economic, and cultural landscape of the Western world. This experience greatly influenced his perspective and understanding of international affairs. Following the death of his father, Emperor Taisho, Hirohito ascended to the chrysanthemum throne on December 25, 1926, marking the beginning of the Showa era. The Showa era, spanning from 1926 to 1989, witnessed Japan's tumultuous journey through militarism, war, occupation, and reconstruction. Hirohito's reign unfolded against the backdrop of significant global events, with Japan playing a central role in World War II. Hirohito's involvement in World War II remains a subject of historical debate. While he was often portrayed as a symbolic figurehead, the extent of his authority and influence over wartime decisions is a complex issue. The emperor's position in the Japanese political system was unique, as the Meiji Constitution granted him significant power, yet he was not an absolute ruler. The militarization of Japan during the 1930s saw the rise of ultranationalist factions within the government and military. Hirohito faced a delicate balance between traditional imperial duties and the militaristic ambitions of these factions. The invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and subsequent conflicts in China marked Japan's aggressive expansion, and Hirohito's role in these events is a topic of historical scrutiny. The turning point came with Japan's entry into World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. The emperor's role in the decision to go to war and the subsequent conduct of the conflict is a matter of historical contention. Some argue that he was a passive observer manipulated by militarists, while others contend that he played an active role in endorsing and supporting the war effort. One of the most controversial aspects of Hirohito's wartime actions is the issuance of the Imperial rescript on the termination of the war in 1945. In this rescript, he announced Japan's surrender, marking the end of World War II. The rescript, however, did not explicitly mention Japan's acceptance of unconditional surrender, leading to debates about Hirohito's responsibility for the war and its consequences. Post-war era and occupation. After Japan's defeat in 1945, the country entered a new phase under Allied occupation. Hirohito faced unprecedented challenges as Japan underwent demilitarization, democratization, and economic reconstruction. General Douglas MacArthur, the supreme commander for the Allied powers, played a pivotal role in shaping post-war Japan and formulating policies that aimed at transforming the country into a peaceful and democratic nation. During the occupation, Hirohito's role underwent a significant transformation. The Allies decided to retain the emperor as a symbolic figurehead to ease the transition and maintain stability. The Shinto religion, with its ties to the imperial system, underwent significant changes as well. The emperor renounced his divine status, and the Japanese government adopted a new constitution in 1947, establishing a constitutional monarchy with Hirohito as a purely symbolic figure. Reign of Reconstruction and Economic Miracle. The post-war period saw Japan's remarkable recovery and economic growth, often referred to as the Japanese economic miracle. Hirohito's reign during this time focused on rebuilding the nation and establishing Japan as an economic powerhouse. The Japanese people experienced significant improvements in living standards, education, and technology. Hirohito, while stripped of political power, continued to fulfill his ceremonial duties and acted as a unifying symbol for the Japanese people. The Showa Emperor, as he came to be known, witnessed the rapid transformation of Japan from a defeated and occupied nation to one of the world's leading industrial and technological powers. Cultural and technological advancements. Hirohito's reign coincided with a period of extraordinary cultural and technological advancements in Japan. The country embraced Western ideas while preserving its rich cultural heritage. The post-war decades saw the rise of Japanese cinema, literature, and art on the global stage. Additionally, Japan became a pioneer in technological innovation, contributing to the development of electronics, automotive industries, and robotics. Hirohito's interest in marine biology also had a lasting impact. He published several research papers and was instrumental in the establishment of the Showa Memorial Institute of Biology. His contributions to the field earned him recognition among scientists, showcasing a lesser-known aspect of the emperor's personality. Controversies and criticisms. While Hirohito's post-war role as a symbolic figurehead facilitated Japan's smooth transition to democracy, his wartime actions continued to be a source of controversy. Many critics argue that he should have faced accountability for war crimes and the suffering caused by Japan's aggressive expansion in Asia. The Tokyo trials, conducted by the Allied powers to prosecute war criminals, spared Hirohito from direct prosecution, a decision that remains contentious. Hirohito's legacy is also marred by the issue of comfort women who were forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese military during World War II. Critics argue that the imperial system, including Hirohito, should bear responsibility for these atrocities. The emperor's role in the war remains a sensitive and debated topic, both within Japan and internationally. Legacy and abdication. Emperor Hirohito's reign came to an end on January 7, 1989, with his death at the age of 87. His son, Emperor Akihito, succeeded him, marking the beginning of the Heisei era. Hirohito's posthumous title is Emperor Showa, reflecting the era of his reign. In the years following his death, Hirohito's legacy continued to be a subject of reflection and debate. Some view him as a wartime leader who should have been held accountable for the actions of the imperial military, while others see him as a symbol of continuity and stability during a period of profound change. In 2019, Emperor Akihito abdicated, becoming the first Japanese emperor to do so in over 2 centuries. His abdication marked the end of the Heisei era, and his son, Emperor Naruhito, ascended to the throne, ushering in the Reiwa era. Emperor Hirohito's life and reign encapsulate a critical juncture in Japanese history. From witnessing the country's transition from a feudal society to a modern nation to grappling with the complexities of World War II, Hirohito's journey reflects the challenges and transformations of an era. His post-war role as a symbol of continuity and stability allowed Japan to rebuild and thrive economically, even as questions lingered about his wartime actions. The controversies surrounding Hirohito's legacy highlight the complex nature of leadership during times of war and the intricate relationships between political figures and the military. As Japan continues to grapple with its history, Emperor Hirohito remains a figure whose impact is felt not only in the annals of Japanese history but also in the ongoing discussions about accountability, reconciliation, and the delicate balance between tradition and progress.